Hey guys, what's going on? Welcome back to another voicemail episode. This is an episode where you guys can call in, leave your financial questions, and I ask them here live on the YouTube channel. Quick couple announcements. If you guys want to leave a question, maybe you're going through something financially, you have a certain financial question, or maybe it's something more lifestyle related that has to do with money that you want to call in, get my feedback, you guys can do that. There's a link down below in the description. You click that link, and that is where you can leave your voicemail to ask a question. Also, all of these episodes, because some of them may be a bit longer, I did start a brand new podcast where I will be taking the audio from the YouTube videos, and I will be uploading them on my podcast, which is known now as the Buckner Show. So if you guys want to go subscribe to that podcast, I'll have some other longer form content coming out there as well, just kind of me talking. Maybe I'll have some guests in the future. I don't know. We'll see. But for right now, this audio is going over on the Buckner Show, where you can listen to podcasts. So, guys, without further ado, let's jump into the first voicemail. It is a really good one. I got this one the other day, so I'm super excited to talk about it.
Hey, JJ. My name is Brandon. Love your work. Been watching it since the pandemic live streams. Glad to see you're back on YouTube. So I'm 26 years old. I've had a pension from my father ever since he passed away when I was 2 years old. I get about $600 a month from that. Plus, with the money that I've been investing since I was about 17, I have about $400,000 altogether. I understand I'm doing well for my age. My question is, what do I do next? I own my own home that I have about $60,000 of equity in. I make about $80,000 a year at my job. With bonuses and everything, but I absolutely hate it and the stress that comes with it. I work about 60 hours a week, and I don't get much time to spend with my friends and family, but at the same time, I also don't want to lose the pace and the progress with my money. I just feel like I'm in a rat race just to make more money, but at the same time, I'm not enjoying my time away from home, and I feel like I'm wasting my life away doing the job that I absolutely hate. I appreciate any advice you can give me, and I look forward to hearing from you soon. Thanks.
Thanks for calling in, Brandon. I've been in your shoes, bro. I have been in your shoes. First, I want to start out and say props to your dad. I'm so sorry to hear about your loss of your father, but the fact that he is still able to give you something at your age of 26 years old now, that is, me as a father, that's something that I hope I would be able to do for my kids. So just before we get into the question, props to your dad, and sounds like he was a really good man. Now with that, like I said, I have been in your shoes before, brother. I've been at a job that was a good paying job, and I wasn't happy at all. Now, I wasn't working the hours you were working. It sounds like you're putting in a lot of overtime. 60 hours a week, that's a lot of work. But what I like about that is that it tells me you are a hard worker. You're the guy that's gonna, you're not afraid to get your hands dirty and get the job done, no matter how long it takes. So I like that about you. Now, first thing I want to mention is I can tell by your question you are the type of guy who is you're doing things the right way. You're making sure your money's correct. You're making sure you're setting yourself up for your future and your future family if that's what you desire to have. That is first incredible. So shout out to you for doing that. And I want you to oh my gosh, I'm coming up. I got bronchitis.
I got bronchitis. Ain't nobody got time for that.
But no, seriously, I want you to realize, man, and for anyone else out there listening, if you are kind of in the same shoes as Brandon, dude, you are literally at the top 1% for your age when it comes to net worth right now. The fact that you have over $400,000 in net worth, you own a home, it has equity in it, you have a good paying job. Understand first where you're at right now at such a young age at 26. And I remember being 26, dude. That was what was that? 4, 5, 6, that was 7 years ago? Jesus Christ, I'm getting old. 7 years ago, I remember being 26, and I remember feeling like, God, I need to have everything figured out, and I don't have anything figured out. I don't know what I'm doing. And I'll say this, I was probably right around the spot you were. Honestly, at around 26, I was right around that net worth range. And I still remember struggling up in my head mentally, being like, I'm not doing enough. I need to keep adding more. I need to keep doing this. I need to keep figuring things out. And I need to keep planning for the future. if there's one thing I can tell you is that don't lose that, but also like it's okay to like let loose a little bit. It's okay to like sit back and not be so high strung about it. And I say that to continue to keep doing what you're doing, because you don't want to lose track of your finances and building that net worth like you talked about. But you don't want to do it with the risk of losing your happiness like it sounds like you are, and losing the good times in life. Because you don't want to spend your entire life going through working your job that you absolutely hate, that you hate to get up for every morning, just to get a little better financially. And you're already way ahead. I mean, you could have 4 years of just shit luck when it comes to finances and still be all right and coming into your 30s. So I really wanted to stress that. That is very important to understand. Now, when it comes to the job situation, the first thing I would recommend is I would obviously, keep working at your job. Don't do nothing crazy and just stand up and say, hey, I'm good net worth wise, quit the job. Like, I wouldn't do that. But if you really are very unhappy as much as you say you are at this career, I would just start looking. Like, just start looking at what's out there. And I don't mean like going on Indeed and scrolling down the computer and being like, oh, there's only a couple jobs out here. Like, take it the extra mile. So when I was right around your age, when I was right around 20, I was probably like 24, 25, and I was at my job and I knew I wasn't going to enjoy it. I knew it wasn't for me. I started getting out there and introducing myself to people. Like, dude, I was literally sending random emails to small companies in the area I was living. I was living in Kansas City at the time. And I would send these like cold call type emails, or I would literally like pick up and I'd call the office and ask to talk to the owner. And this would be in like little things I may be interested in. So I knew I was kind of taken to a keen of like investing, and I was enjoying finances. So I was like calling financial planners. I was calling, there was like certain type of investment funds and stuff I could get a hold of. And I was just calling like, hey, listen guys, like I'm a young 20-something year old. I'm, currently doing XYZ. I'm looking to get out of it, make a career change, make a life change. And I just wanted to reach out, kind of do this cold call, take a little bit of a risk. And I mean, honestly, 98% of the time, the guys were like, in all that I did this, they're like, wow, you're taking this extra step to do that. So that's a good piece of advice, is to not just go look at job listings. Like, get out there, call people, send emails to a company that you may be interested in that type of work, whatever it may be. Because I'll tell you this, one thing I've learned in the real world is that if you're a young man showing initiative, you can almost get a job anywhere. Like, now, obviously, if you're going to be a doctor or a lawyer, it's a little bit of a different play there. But with pretty much anything else, if you show initiative, you're going to get ahead. Like, you're going to find something. And here's the other thing I want to mention. Put yourself out there. Like, what I mean by that is put yourself out there in front of people. So here's another example for you. I started getting into real estate investing, and when I was looking before I bought my first property, I was going to these meetups, right? And I was kind of explaining myself. This is what I do. This is my passion. These are my goals. These are my plans. La-di-da-di-da. Well, at one of these meetups I went to, it was in my local area, just a local real estate meetup. And it was a smaller group, probably around 10 to 12 guys. Everyone's going around. And I'm the youngest guy there by at least 10 years. I was young, 24, 25-year-old JJ. And I'm, talking about what I've done and what I'm doing, what my plans are. And, a lot of the guys were like, hey, this kid's taking initiative. We like this. And I'm telling you, like, I see it now. I got a buddy of mine here locally I've met at Jacksonville, and he is 22. He's getting ready to start a business, and I've kind of like been talking to him. And it's, once you get to that point, you want to share like that success, and you want to share those things that you've learned along the way. So when you are that eager young man, you can go to these meetups and meet people. So anyways, I met this guy. He was the one who put the meetup on, and he was starting up an investment fund. And I ended up taking some work I worked for him for a while, and I was actually going to work for him full time. But my wife and I ended up changing and leaving Kansas City during that time frame. But he offered me a job that was more money than I was making at my engineering career. And that was all because I met him at a meetup. So you're never going to meet that right person if you're not putting yourself out there. So the moral of the story here on this one is don't go. I know you hate it, but I wouldn't just go automatically and quit the job. Like, I just you want to take it slow, but be quick as well. And what I mean by that is like, stay at your job, keep earning your money, keep putting money away, but also while you have this steady job, be putting yourself out there for other opportunities. And this could be, dude, like you're 26, you could literally do a complete life change right now. Like you can do whatever you want. That's the exciting part. Now, I don't know if you have any debts or anything like that. Like I would definitely get all that stuff cleaned up as well if you do plan on making some sort of job change that maybe it is a pay cut. And speaking of pay cut, I know that's the other hard part here is like if you go from 80,000 make it to 60,000, that is a big difference in a year salary. But I'll say this. I have taken pay cuts in the past to help with my happiness in a job. 100% worth it. And the best thing I can tell you about that is to whenever you do, if you do plan on taking that risk or you do plan on taking that change, is to work on now lowering your expenses even more. Now, I'm not saying you have to go be, Mr. Cheap guy over here, but like if you can start practicing on lowering expenses even more already than you already are doing, and it sounds like you're probably doing pretty good with how far ahead you are already at 26, but there's always ways to improve it. And then once you find a job that it's good, you're happy, you feel successful, you can also start working on increasing the income side through side hustles or whatever that may be. Figure out something you can do on like nights or weekends if you have the extra time and it's like more of a passion project that you're trying to earn a couple bucks from. That's what happened to me here on YouTube. So that was a long, drawn out answer. I know that was pretty long, but I love hearing these young guys like you, Brandon, asking these types of questions and killing it already with finances, because what that does for you is you have set yourself up to be flexible. As I've mentioned in many videos in the past, most people nowadays, they get what's known as the golden handcuffs, right? They get that good paying job that you have. They go buy the big, nice, fancy house. They get 2, 3, 4 different, 2 or 3 nice cars. All of them have car payments on them. They're still paying on their student loans. They're racking up credit card payment bills. Like that lifestyle inflation, that lifestyle creep keeps happening as their income increases. Like that's how people get stuck. My income has been up and down over the past 5-6 years, but one thing I've kept pretty steady this entire time is my lifestyle. I mean, I still drive a car that is from 2009. My wife got it when she graduated high school, and it has 210,000 miles on it. Like, we still drive it. It's not sexy at all, but it gets us from A to B. And we've kept that lifestyle low because we love our flexibility. We do. Like, I love the freedom that I have now because I've kept my lifestyle lower and I've kept my expenses in check to where now I can choose when I want to work and what I want to do and have that, extra flexibility. That right there, man, is the ultimate goal. When you can get to the point where you've increased your net worth to a certain amount to where if you needed to, you could pull money from that to pay for expenses, or just find, like I said, a passion project that makes you enough money to pay for your expenses. Like, dude, that's the ultimate goal right there. So that was a lot to take in. If you guys have any other thoughts or comments or differences in what I said, leave them down in the comment section. I noticed a couple of you did that on the last voicemail video, and I liked that a lot. That way, whoever does call in, they can go in the comments and read everyone else's opinions as well, because mine's not always going to be the best one. There's going to be guys down there and girls who have their thoughts and opinions as well. So leave them down in the comment section, because that really does help out the listener who called in also. So guys, thank you so much for watching. Hope you enjoyed these new episodes that are coming out. Again, if you guys want to be featured on the channel with your question, call in and leave the voicemail using that link down below in the description. I'll have that pinned comment as well, where you guys can leave your question, anything financially related. So with that, wanted to hear, go subscribe to the new podcast, The JJ Buckner Show, where all these audio files from the video will be uploaded there, plus a few other, one's just me being on the mic, talking some shit, I guess. I don't know. We'll see. But thanks so much for watching, guys. I know this has been different, kind of seeing where this is going. I'm having a lot of fun filming these. But until next time, you all take care.